Hi, I'm Catherine Goshen, a professional astrologer from the village of Nyack in New York State, and I'm passionate about in-depth astrology and getting to the heart of the matter. In this video, I'm going to talk about the astrology for Cancer, Suns and Rising for 2022. So welcome all you Cancer Suns, Cancer Ascendants. This is the place to get your month-by-month forecast. And as always, when I do give a date, take a day or two on either side because it depends on what time zone you are in the world. So let's begin. In a very general sense, Cancer, this is a wonderful year for you because you have the benefic planet Jupiter traveling through both your 9th and 10th solar houses. And this means that there's first of all a sense of expansion in terms of areas like travel or study, opening yourself to new ideas, a lot of growth. And then your 10th house is about work, your career. So potential for expansion there. As always with astrology, it's up to you how you make use of these energies. So in a very general sense, this will be a year to really expand yourself at work, try to travel if it's convenient, and see it as a time of growth, a year of stepping out and reaching for the stars. Since early November 2021, Cancer, there will be a little bit of friction in your house of relationships or business partnerships. And that's because you need to work something out there. You're going to have a lot of energy in that sector of your chart when 2022 gets underway. At the same time, you will have that beautiful planet Jupiter moving into that area of your chart where you are asked to grow, to expand, to possibly get on a plane or to study something new, or simply to go deeper into the spiritual work that you've had to put aside for the past couple of years. So I would suggest that January is a month for sticking to routine matters, not getting too active while all these new ideas are percolating about growth and you're making plans. As February gets underway, this is a wonderful opportunity to step out and to engage more in life. You may be returning to work on a more active scale at this time. And finally, you're starting to see how this expansive energy can be put to good use in your life. March of 2022 will see you switch gears a little bit as you now take the pressure off relationships, whatever you've been trying to figure out in that close partnership of yours, finally gets a relief, gets a break. You see the light, and then you are left to deal with some other deep things that are coming up for you in 2022, which is the regular earning power of the person that you cohabit with or of the person that you are in business with. Possibly they are the one that is bringing in financial security for you, and March will be the time where you can really figure this out and sort out any issues, for example, with taxation, with social security. All these things will come up to be reviewed. There is a strong sense that throughout 2022, the emphasis has been on taking stock of people whose finances you depend on. I know I've mentioned this in other forecasts during 2021. So the planets are pointing to that. They're saying you are in a strong position if you are informed and if you have done all your research on tax codes, social security benefits, Medicaid, whatever the situation is. That March of 2022, moving into April, is going to be the month when you should take care of those things if you need to. Simultaneously, during this time, there is a constant expansion at work. You will have Jupiter is now moving towards your house of work, and you will have this increasing sense that you want to start new projects. There's a sense of good energy. There's a sense of joy as this beautiful, harmonious flow is coming from Jupiter to your Cancerian sun or to your Cancerian ascendant. And you want to make the most of that, because what can happen during such a beneficial energy is that we just simply ride on it and we don't put the work in. So I encourage you all the way through this year, in particular those first 5 months, January to May of 2022, put in some kind of energy towards expansion, towards studying something new or going on a trip. Even if it's a challenge for you, push through that, because the rewards will be enormous. Then from around May 10th all the way to the end of October, there's going to be an increase in things that are offered to you, especially on the work front. And you're going to have to find a way to juggle your need for security and comfort at home and your love of work and your need to get things done. What are you going to put on your plate and what are you going to say no to? Because that middle chunk of the year, there will be a lot going on in your life. And the challenge will be to not take on so much that you end up being depleted. Because as you know, you love to nurture others, you love to care for others, and you want to make sure that with all this expansion that's going on, that you're not overeating because you're so tired, or taking on too much stress, not sleeping well. And sometimes you can go into this phase where there is a lot of subconscious processing or anxiety going on that makes you feel uncomfortable just below the surface. So Cancerians, it's a beautiful year for new opportunities, but don't take on more than you can handle. Especially at the middle of the year, be mindful and set your boundaries. On June 21st, the sun will move into your sign, Cancer. So happy birthday. That's the start of the Cancer season. And you should feel a renewal of energy at this time and a little bit of a lightening after the last 3 to 4 weeks, which may have felt as if you were really working hard to keep treading water. So happy birthday for that time. Your new moon is on June 29th at 7 degrees of Cancer, and that will be your time to set your intentions for the year ahead. Then early July sees another lovely shift where you are invited to take your foot off the brake and to relax with friends, with groups, with people that you are comfortable associating with who are like family to you. So a little bit of pressure off work, off being out in the community, and a time in early to late July to enjoy friends and to not only relax, but also to reap the rewards of the work that you have been putting in for the first 6 months of the year. August looks pretty easygoing too, Cancer. And then around the 20th of August, there is a shift where suddenly you can take a little bit of time off this real concentrated year focus that you've had on work, and you begin to reflect on things, and you actually have a few months where it's not that you're less productive, it's just that you're doing much more behind the scenes now. You suddenly have a very clear goal for 2023, and you realize that there's a lot of work that you have to do at your desk, on your own, or wherever you do your quiet work in order to achieve your goals. So while you might continue to interact with people in the way that you normally do, go to work, there's a lot of extra stuff going on internally or behind closed doors. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you finally decided to commit to that, and you're actually going to use September, October, and November for this period of deep processing, deep working, while you still have to go out and earn money. From mid-September to late October, it also looks as though you're dealing with a lot more things going on at home, and your attention will be drawn there. You may have to help people who live with you, or returning family members, relatives. You may have to help them with commuting, with getting around, or you may have to make an adjustment in the home, in your living situation. And speaking of relatives, there is an emphasis in your chart, Cancer, that's been going on for the last 3 or 4 years, where you are constantly being called upon to connect on a deeper level with your relatives. And this continues for another few years. It's also linked to friendships where old friends suddenly pop up out of the woodwork, and you find yourself spontaneously connecting with new friends. This emphasis is healthy for you. So connect with relatives in that September-October period where there is an emphasis on the home. Perhaps you're going to have someone to stay. Be open to this. It's all part of the plan, and it's helping you to fulfill this side of yourself which needs to nurture and needs to provide sustenance and warmth to others. November looks like an extremely creative month. You're still out there in the world while simultaneously doing your behind the scenes thing, and the creativity seems to really flow in then. If you don't have any creative pursuits, November would be a wonderful time to do something creative. Do something out of the blue, even if it's cooking a totally original Thanksgiving meal, or painting a picture, something you've never done, writing a poem. If you do have children, this also may be a good time to deal with any issues they are facing. They could deal with extra care at this time, whether they're living with you or not. So I invite you to have that on your back burner for November, and to possibly welcome children and their friends into the home at this time. December will see you visiting themes that you began 2022 with, spending some time with your closest partner and figuring that out, that relationship, figuring out the business partnership if you do have one. There's once again a lot of energy in that house in your chart which calls you to relate to others and to be in relationship with them. So don't hide away in December. It really is the culmination of a long period of expansion for you. So keep the door open, because as 2023 begins, it's really back to work for you, Cancer. And once again, you're going to be going out there and implementing all those ideas that you've come up with during this very fertile 2022. And a general note for those of you Cancer suns who are born around July 18 to 21st, you have a special opportunity in 2022 to be self-empowered and to receive the energy for self-empowerment. So when challenges come your way, or it looks as if things are changing very rapidly, use these as opportunities to grow. They really are. Get things in perspective and realize how lucky you are, Cancer. We need to have some challenges in our life in order to grow. And this is your year to really empower yourself and to let go of anything that doesn't serve you and to move into a new space. So to all of the Cancer Suns and Rising, I wish you a warm and wonderful Happy New Year. May 2022 be kind to you. Your attitude is everything. And if you found this video at all helpful, please like and subscribe. It helps me in my endeavors to teach, to bring you wonderful videos. If any of you are serious about learning astrology, please feel free to fill out an application form on my website to join me for a year-long course beginning September 2022. That's all for now.